Hey Seekers, welcome back to Esoteric Synopsis. Today, we're diving into a cult classic of Masonic and mystery lore, Ancient Mysteries and Modern Masonry by C.H. Vail, 1909. Vail's goal is simple but audacious. Show how the world's ancient initiation traditions flow into the symbols and stories of modern Freemasonry, and how those symbols still hide a living roadmap to inner transformation. That sounds like your kind of quest. Hit like, tap subscribe, and let's chase more light together. Vail argues that Masonry didn't invent its symbols out of thin air. It stewarded a picture language designed by ancient initiates to carry perennial wisdom across ages. A most complete philosophy, embracing the eternal verities, ultimately inviting us to recover a royal secret. The book opens by stating the project outright. Trace the origin and nature of the ancient mysteries and their relation to modern Masonry. Freemasonry deals largely with the morals and symbols of the mysteries of antiquity, and some founders even possessed the royal secret. Behind public cults, Vail says, stood an inner organization, the mystery institutions, tasked with guarding and transmitting transformative knowledge. Their purpose? Sanctify the soul, teach immortality, and enable direct verification of spiritual realities through initiation, not mere belief. Vail is emphatic. These weren't charlatans. For long ages, they were noble, profound, and the greatest institutions of antiquity, with Masonry as their successor. Here, Vail sketches what initiation looked and felt like. Originally few in number, the rites symbolized the soul's progress, the mystic birth, death, and resurrection, until over time the key got lost and form eclipsed meaning. He distinguishes a probationary path and a path proper, with outer ceremonies pointing to inner states, a structure that echoes through Greece's lesser greater mysteries and later Masonic degrees. In Egypt, for example, initiates enacted the Osiris myth. In India, graded ordeals culminated in regeneration. In Persia's Mithraic caves, candidates braved thunder, beasts, darkness, and finally emerged into light, a dramatized map of the soul's ascent. Vail devotes many pages to these vivid scenes. Across Britain's stone circles, the Northland's Gothic rites, and Greece's Eleusis, we keep encountering the same grammar. Ordeal, descent, confinement, the pastos or tomb, and rising into a brighter hall, followed by instruction in the meaning of the emblems. The details differ, caves, cromlechs, labyrinths, but the pattern is startlingly consistent, which is precisely Vail's point. Vail argues the primitive church preserved an inner teaching, a Christian gnosis, with transmission lines running from Paul to Timothy and onward to faithful men. He then surveys early Christian philosophers called Gnostics, to know, who tried to articulate Christianity as a universal philosophy focused on inner purification and direct knowledge of God. They kept mysteries and initiations of their own, divided like Eleusis into lesser and greater, before later polemics branded them heretics. Now Vail flips from history to how. He claims the mirrored biographies of savior gods, divine birth, temptation, death, descent, third-day rising, ascent, aren't copycat myths so much as one inner itinerary of the initiate. To approach that path, the aspirant must be worthy and well-qualified, duly and truly prepared, cultivating discrimination, detachment, and allegiance to the higher self, walking the probationary path toward the narrow way. Vail also charts the decline of the mysteries, as higher methods were lost and forms hollowed, but insists the secret teaching continued in new vessels guarded by a perennial hierarchy. This is where the streams meet. Vail connects modern Masonic bodies, Blue Lodge, Royal Arch, Council, Templar, Scottish Rite, to a long, uneven inheritance. He notes there's no single universal system. What we call the American York Rite was formulated by Thomas Smith Webb, blending strands from earlier ancients and moderns with a distinct ladder of degrees. He then lists the standard US sequence from Entered Apprentice to Supreme Council, framing Masonry as a living museum of symbols, a place where the old picture language still speaks. Vail's Templar sketch is brisk, founded 1118 to 1119 AD by 9 Benedictine monks to defend pilgrims and the Holy Sepulchre, quartered at the palace called Solomon's Temple, which gives the Templar name, rapidly militarized, codified, and, crucially, received and preserved secret doctrine moving through the ages. Finally, Vail says that the universality is the point. Masonry, in Vail's view, is a neutral sanctuary where citizens of every nation and adherents of every religion may kneel, a forum to learn the language of symbols and to pursue inner mastery. What you can take with you, initiation, is transformation, not theater. Rites externalize inner states, signaling a passage from ignorance to sight, from division to union. The pattern is perennial. From Osiris to Eleusis to the catacombs, the same grammar of descent and rising reappears because the human soul hasn't changed. The symbols still work. If the master's word seems lost, Vail's answer is to search, not for a password, but for the capacity that hears what the symbols say. That's the royal secret. Vail's book reads like a torch passed hand to hand through millennia. It's not a museum tour. It's an invitation. Learn the language, walk the path, let the symbol become an experience. Spark something in you. Subscribe to Esoteric Synopsis for more deep dives into hidden histories and living traditions. And drop a comment. Which part of Vail's journey, Egypt, Eleusis, the Templars, or the Lodge, pulls you most?